Hey everyone, Nicole here, and today we are making these adorable mini-sized macarons. They are egg-shaped. They're gonna be perfect for your Easter baskets coming up, or to fill those plastic eggs with for an Easter egg hunt, or just popping them into your mouth one by one. These are jelly bean inspired flavors. So we've got very fruit forward flavors for springtime. So let's just jump in and make these mini egg macarons. Before you get started on making macarons, it's always important to have all of your ingredients scaled out and your equipment ready. I'm using the no rest French macaron method here, so make sure you preheat your oven to 300 Fahrenheit before you get started. Here I'm making 3 different colors with my one batter. So I have all 3 piping bags ready, fitted with a tip that's gonna be small enough for my small design. I also have a template underneath my silk pat, so whatever silicone mat, Teflon, parchment, whatever surface you prefer, just slide that underneath and then make sure to take it out before you bake. So in order to get started, we're just gonna start whipping up our egg whites. Once it gets nice and foamy, you're gonna add in your sugar. And here I mix egg white powder into my sugar, just to add more stability to my meringue. If you want a full tutorial on making macarons, you can check out my Macaron 101 video. It goes into full detail on how to make macarons. There's also this recipe I'm making today in the description of that Macaron 101 video. However, I scaled down that recipe for this small batch. I like to use my hand mixer for these small batches. As I'm whipping up my egg whites, I'm on first speed here. I usually go on the first speed for the first 4 minutes or so, and then I'll up it to the second speed. Once my sugar is all dissolved into my egg whites, then I will either add my color if I was doing one color for a batch, or keep whipping up to stiff peaks if you are splitting your batter and doing multiple colors. Once my meringue is at a nice stiff peak, I am ready to add in my dry ingredients. My dry ingredients consist of already sifted confectioner sugar and almond flour here. I add my dry ingredients in 2 additions, making sure to not deflate your meringue too much at this point. You want to make sure you have as much air left in that meringue as you add your dries so that you have more time to mix in your colors when you split your batter. So once my dries are all the way incorporated and I feel like they are well dispersed between my meringue, I will split my batter. And here I'm doing 3 colors, so I split it into 3 different bowls. And then I'm just going to add my coloring one at a time and then put each batter as I finish into the piping bag. The colors I used for these eggs are from the Sugar Art. These are Master Elites, and a little bit goes a long way with these, especially with a tiny batch like this. The first color I'm mixing in is Violet. If you are in the market to get new powdered colors and you want to try the Sugar Art, you can use Bake Toujours at checkout and you will get 15% off. Here I'm using Violet. I'm just going to mix this in as I macaronage. Slowly just fold in your color, topple your batter a little bit, and then start pressing out the air, bringing your spatula over your batter, pressing out your air, and just slowly releasing those air bubbles in there to get to that lava-like consistency where it flows off of your spatula. Next, I used Sassy Pink, and I only used a little bit because I wanted a lighter pastel look. And just mix that in. And next I did Lime. This is a nice vibrant color that I love. And I just mix that in, folding your batter over itself and pressing against the bowl, and then repeating that process over and over until it's that lava consistency, or you see a nice ribbon off of your spatula. Again, after each color is done, I pop it into a piping bag and seal it off so no air is getting to it. Then you're ready to pipe. So bring your tray on over and pipe these puppies. Because we have a small design, I have a Wilton 10, and then I also have a 4mm and a 6mm tip. A 6mm tip is equivalent to the Wilton 10. These are a small design, so you want to be careful. Pipe slowly until you get the motion down. And I just go right in the center of the egg and squeeze out your batter and kind of bring your tip down and up to fill in that egg. Now the top is a tiny bit less wide than the bottom, so I put a little less pressure on when I'm at the top, and I release the whole bag in a downward motion so the extra batter goes down and doesn't get stuck at the top to create more of an oval instead of an egg. So again, just pressing right in the middle of your egg, going down a little bit with that same pressure, and then going up with a little less pressure, and then pull that tip back to the center so the extra batter is there and not at the tip. Once you have piped all your colors out, here I used a no rest method, so I popped these puppies right into the oven after piping. But don't forget to take out that template. If you don't have an air bake tray, or you don't like to not rest your macarons, then you can let these rest until they do not stick on your finger when you touch them on the top. These baked for about 15 minutes, and then I took them out. Again, these are very small, so they're gonna bake quicker than your usual 1 3/4 to 2-inch macarons. So keep an eye out on these while baking. If you typically bake for 15 minutes, make sure you check these at about the 10-minute mark. Every oven differs, so just babysit this first time when you do mini macarons, and then you'll know for the future. Once your macarons are out of the oven, let them cool completely before you move on to the next step. While these cooled, I made my buttercreams. So I had already had my berry smoothie buttercream from those rainbows I did on the last video. If you missed that recipe and you want to check it out, just click on the link above and that will take you to my rainbow macaron video. The other two flavors I chose to fill my egg macarons with were a lemon buttercream and a strawberry buttercream. So I got started on my strawberry buttercream first. This recipe is just 113 grams of unsalted butter, and then it's gonna be 158 grams of confectioner's sugar, 17 grams of freeze-dried strawberries, pulsed in a food processor, or you can mash it in a Ziploc bag. And then I added 3 teaspoons of lemon juice to brighten it up and to loosen it up a bit as well. I always like to add a little zest, so I added a half of a lemon of zest into this strawberry buttercream. Make sure you whip this up nicely until it's aerated. It'll change and be a little lighter in color and nice and fluffy. Set that aside, and then let's get started on the lemon buttercream. So this lemon buttercream is very simple, very similar to my lemon rosemary buttercream in my top 5 filling video. You're gonna start with 113 grams of butter, softened at room temp. Whip that up a bit. Add equal parts confectioner's sugar to your butter, so 113 grams of confectioner's sugar. A nice pinch of salt goes a long way in every buttercream you make as well. So a pinch of salt was not videoed here but was added. Once that's nice and aerated and beautifully smooth, add in your lemon juice. Here I added 3 teaspoons of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste. And I added the zest of half of a lemon. So once you have all your buttercreams prepared, you're ready to peel off your macarons from the mat, pair them up with their mates, and get them ready to receive buttercream. So if you have your mate, you flip over one so that the bottom is facing up and the top is right next to it, so you don't get confused on which ones to fill. So here I'm filling with lemon, buttercream, strawberry buttercream, and berry smoothie buttercream, and then just sandwich your macarons together. Before storing these, I actually decided to add some gold accents. I mixed a little bit of the Sugar Art Sterling Pearl Wedding Gold with lemon extract. You just mix that together to the consistency you want. If you're trying to do speckles, make it pretty liquidy. If you want more of a painted brush look, you don't have to add as much extract. Extract is mostly alcohol, so it's going to evaporate too as you let it sit. So if it dries up, don't worry, just add a little more extract and move on with your business. Once I got the consistency I wanted, I took a paintbrush and just tapped all of the liquid out and made speckled egg macarons. I let this dry a little bit in my bowl with this liquid, and I painted some of them so you can see the difference between speckles and how this wedding gold looks when you do a whole paintbrush vibe. Once I had all these decorated, they dry very quickly. I put them into an airtight container and stored them in my refrigerator for 24 to 48 hours. You can also pop these in the freezer for whenever you need them, and then take them out the night before to have them mature in the fridge. And that's it for our egg macarons. They are honestly super addicting, very difficult not to keep popping into your mouth, so beware. I did warn you. I should put a little disclaimer on the bottom of this video. I think they turned out really fun and cute, and I for sure appreciate letting my kids eat one of these instead of a whole one. So they're perfect for the kids, and I hope you guys enjoy them too, as well as the recipes for the fillings. These are so delicious. And look how cute they are. They're adorable. I don't know why miniature things are so cute, but they are. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring the bell for notifications so you get notified when more content comes up. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and you get to eat tons of treats. Did I rhyme there? I think I might have rhymed. Peace. These babies are perfect for just popping in the